which I started way back in Cape Coast.
Yeah.
Because at the time, the late Kwaku Yeboah had left Peace FM to, was it Happy FM? Mm-hmm. At the time, Happy had come anew, and they were poaching people. So Kwaku Yeboah, who used to translate the newspaper from English to Twi on Peace FM, had left. So there was a vacancy there. Yeah. And I said, yes, I can do it. So they said, okay, I should go to the recording studio with one lady. She's in America now. I've forgotten the name. To read it in English, so I translate. Mm-hmm. And they assigned me their senior technician at Chuagbo, Irene Manison. So Irene Manison will read and I'll translate. And they send the audio to Father and he said, oh, it's perfect. I said, wow. Okay, so Father met me.
What?
And he was like, okay, so how much are you expecting as your salary? At the time, I was taking 15 Ghana cedis at my place.
Hey.
So, a month.
It doesn't even buy KQ. Or just one
Your
more.
breakfast alone today is more than
So,
that.
when I was offered the opportunity, the blank check opportunity, I said, okay, I multiplied the 15 Ghana cedi by 10. And I said,
Is he listening? Oh my God.
And I said I would take 150 Ghana cedi. That was, at that time, we used to refer to it as 1.5.
Yes.
1.5 million. So the man said, okay. I said, then I said, oh, I should have added more.
That's exactly
if
what
I
I
knew
said
he
to
wouldn't argue, I should have added more. He said, okay, what else? I said, oh, if I could get Nokia 3310, I would be happy. That was the phone in vogue at the time.
Yes.
So I got, he employed me and got me my Nokia 3310. I was over the moon. So he asked me to go prepare and come back. I did, and that was the beginning of my Peace FM journey.
Yeah.
And that was around August, September 2003.
What? I love how you remember names.
Yes.
And how like you are able to like keep track.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Sometimes it surprises me because I don't know. I spoke to a doctor and he said it's a medical condition, but I said
Really?
if this is a medical condition, then
It's a really good one.
Because I can remember as far back. I was born in 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I can remember things that happened in 1983 when I was just like 4 or 5. So sometimes I
Wow.
wonder. Yeah. I can vividly remember with
Yeah.
Victoria images.
That's really good.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
Sometimes I wonder. But I spoke to a medical doctor. He said it's a medical condition. And the negative aspect of it is that when somebody wrongs you, it's difficult to forgive. I said, no, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So
You seem more like you have this more of like a grateful spirit.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
keeping track of that level of
Yeah.
All right. So now we were on a conversation before you came. We were talking about youth empowerment initiatives, how if it is just the buzzword, everybody is like, oh, we're doing this, like women empowerment, youth empowerment initiative, headlines everywhere. But then again, it's like it's really hard tracking because everyone is jackpot. So I think the question would be, so far you've been in the space. I think it's been more than 15 years, but 15 years is just
2003, and now I've been with Peace FM for 21 years.
Yeah, it's more than So
Wow.
I think you've seen different phases of political, promises. Leadership and everything. And so I think you would have more insight. So you're going to tap into your reservoir. I think the first question would be, how, within the space of 20 years, how have you seen the youth involvement in the media?
Well, I think that there have been a massive improvement with respect to youth involvement in broadcasting. Because back in the day, when we used to listen to GBC, it was for the elderly. Amankwampofro, Nananti Denchi, Amamu Kakra, Amamu Penny. Those times when I used to listen to commentary, I was telling somebody that when I came to Accra, the places I stayed, I couldn't learn Ga. But I learned a few Ga through my listening of GBC commentary. Yes, I used to listen to Ga commentary, and anytime the captain on the bridge would get to the Ghana correspondent at the stadium, you'll be like, I go to Jeko this afternoon, commercial Santiko Accra. That was so I could.
Yes.
So at that time, radio was for the elderly.
Yeah.
Broadcasting was for the elderly, both print and electronic.
Yeah.
But now the face is changing. A lot of youth who have come into the system, and they are doing well.
Yeah.
They are doing well. Even though a few, because of social media, a few have digressed a bit.
Yeah.
Because broadcasting media has got its principles, has got its tenets. Educating people, informing people, entertaining people. But now, because of social media, people have added insult.
Yes, so there's disrespect.
Exactly.
Yeah. In the name of Kevi.
Trending.
Yes,
in
and
the name
trending.
of democracy and trending.
Yeah.
But quite apart from that,
Yeah.
generally, the youth in broadcasting are doing very well.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we'll come into sports now. So you've seen, if it is 20 years or 25 years, you've seen about at least 3 or 4 different political parties,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What are some of those initiatives that you have seen, like not just headlines,
Yes.
you have seen
Let
impacted?
me say that
And what year?
I started following active politics in 1992.
Whoa.
My late father, actually won the parliamentary candidacy for the MPP in my area in 1992. So back in the day, I started following the political landscape because I was forced to. Because, when it comes to party support, when it comes to football club support, our parents play a lot of role.
Yes,
Yeah.
our environment.
We are influenced
Yes.
by our parents, whether you like it or not. There are only very few situations where your parent will be Kotoko and you will be Hatofok. We are influenced by them, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, right. I think my mom's reaction to the thing that happened at the stadium, the Kotoko and Haas thing, the way her heart was just because of the death.
Yes.
I also like,
Exactly.
and since then
Exactly.
I was no longer a
Yeah,
fan
she
of
will
sports
insist.
until
Yes.
recently. Yeah.
So those things you can
Yeah.
put them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which initiatives have you seen really impact and change the participants, right? I think if you can help us track, because earlier we were talking about a
The fact that we
Ghanaian.
are not able to properly track after youth empowerment programs and all of that. So I don't know, youth
program
empowerment
in
policy have you
in
seen
in sports,
something,
yeah.
and bettering the lives of the participants in general,
Honestly.
especially when it comes to
And
sports.
no, you didn't even tap in any of the. Hey.
Honestly, when it comes to human resource development,
Yes.
I think that we have not done enough as a country. I am saying so because in most cases, the ministries responsible for these human resource development would want to organize few days seminars and usually pocket the money. That is
That's very
that is the bottom line. There have been instances where some ministries have had money few days to elections. And they say, you know what, let's organize some seminars and squander the money because if it goes back to government chest, we'll not have it. So in most cases, we don't really get the benefit that we are supposed to derive from such programs. Usually the undertones are, the intentions are to line a few pockets.
Yeah.
So the impact, I think we still have a lot to do as
Yeah, but what
youth
is
broadcasters.
behind the motive? Okay, so the motivation behind giving us headlines that this is what you are doing,
Exactly.
and then pretending you're
Exactly.
doing something,
Exactly.
which is so no.
No, not at all. In most
No,
cases,
that's-
there are few programs that have benefited some youth, but if you look at the bigger picture,
Yeah.
I think we have more to do than what we have done.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. So far, what would you do differently? Let's say this season, what would you do differently if you were in the position of power? You had the power to do something. You have like a lot of experience. You've been on the
It's a
ground.
good question, but I will look at it from the sporting angle as a sports presenter.
Yeah.
Because 80 to 90% of sports participants are youth. I would even say 100%. The rest, if you go beyond a certain age and you are doing sports, it is for recreation. But sports is for the youth.
Yeah.
So if I were in a position of power, I would want to improve sports to serve as a job creation tool for the youth.
I think they don't want to give us pocket money. The job creation is there. We don't get the money. For example, I get where
Okay.
So it's like they create the thing. For example, I remember 2 initiatives that I've been on that they say, okay, we need you to do this. And it's an empowerment platform.
Okay.
And empowerment is not just creating the opportunity, it's also giving the resources. And sometimes these resources includes money.
Yeah, sure.
So the youth are enthusiastic. They want to do it.
Yeah.
They are happy to do it. You create it. But just like you said, the headlines come, the money is in the pocket, and the youth don't even get any.
Yeah.
Right? So how do we make sure that you see
so for
15-year-old boy is a millionaire?
That's the desire to get rich quick is also not helping matters. However, if we still follow the due process, there's still an avenue to create opportunities for the youth. I am speaking hypothetically, like you said, if I were in power, I would have invested in the sporting disciplines that Ghana has a competitive advantage in. For instance, I would have set up ultra-modern boxing gym in every region. Make sure I get a private partner to partner the National Sports Authority to effectively manage the gym. Ghana can set a target to produce 5 world champions every 5 years.
Do you think we have the budget for it? Something we can do?
You think we do not have money? Now look at the monies that are going into individual pockets. Look at the monies that are going into the drain. If we decide to cut down on expenditure and invest the money in some of these areas, we can do it. Ghana, we are not poor. We are not poor. And that is how come all our leaders, when they are looking for power, they tell us that we are not poor. But eventually when they get the power,
they make us poor and make them sorry.
The story changes.
It changes. Okay.
Because is it not interesting that in 1992, when former President Rawlings, in consultation with opinion leaders, experts, think tanks, put together the 1992 Constitution. When we started the Fourth Republic, almost every generation criticized former President Rawlings that he skewed the Constitution to suit him.
Yeah.
Okay. Fast forward. He spent his 8 years.
Yes.
Left power, and is now gone to into eternity. Who has ever made the attempt to change the Constitution except Professor Mills? Except Professor Mills.
Yeah.
And I always say without fear or favor that under the Fourth Republic Constitution, the only honest leader we've had is Professor Mills. This is a sitting president that somebody gifted him a house and he said, the man was so selfless.
Yeah.
I was privy to a story where a company was looking for contract and they wanted to use his son. So they gifted his son a car. He took the car home and Professor Mills said, company now up a contract, I quite one car or contract and he made the son return the car.
Yeah.
These are the leaders we require to implement some of these laudable policies we are espousing here. But with the MPP, NDC leadership we've seen in the time past, and what we are seeing, there's no commitment. That commitment of Professor Mills, we are not seeing.
Yeah. Now the Olympics.
Okay.
Are you? I mean, like his story really gets to me. So it's a little heavy.
Prof,
yes.
Yeah,
I'm young, but
the country was just
very,
unlucky.
Yes.
Ghana was just unlucky.
Yeah, it's very heavy on the heart.
He had to live.
Yeah, the way he did.
Midstream. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Because he's the only president who attempted to change the constitution.
Yeah.
Did all the consultations, did all the investment, but nobody cared again when he left.
Oh, so what are your thoughts so far on the Olympics? Who are you?
It gets back to, as a Ghanaian, honestly, I'm only interested in the performance of Ghana.
Of Ghanaians.
The rest, the rest,
but there is something going on on social media where they go like, especially with the black community, right? They go like, well, if oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. So I think it's racially motivated.
Okay.
When a black person sees a black person, they root for the person.
Okay.
You root for the person if the person is in your country.
Okay.
You target the person and root for the person. However, if you don't have anybody in there, you root for all the black people in the team.
Okay.
Now, if it is a black person going against a white person, you root for, if the person is not in your country,
I wouldn't want to
and
go
the
on that
person is
tangent.
like a black American.
I wouldn't want to go on that tangent. It would shock you that when you get to America, there are black Americans who hate Africans.
Interestingly, yes.
So I wouldn't want to go on that tangent.
Yes.
There are whites who love blacks.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want to go on that tangent.
Yeah.
I am interested in those who are putting up good performances.
Yes.
And as African, I will support African countries that are doing well.
Yeah.
Ethiopia, when it comes to long distance, are exceptional. And I always love to see them up there. Sometimes Kenya also come up. As a Ghanaian, I would love to see my country do well, especially with the 4x100. Because that has been our strength all this while. If Ghana had done well in any competition in athletics, it is 4x100. And I expect that we should be able to at least get to the finals at the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Fingers
the rest,
crossed.
I don't really care that much because we need to invest first to get the results at the Olympics, but we are not doing it. And that is what I was talking about. If I were in position of power, Ghana can produce 5 world champions in every 5 years in boxing.
Wait, don't you have friends that you can work with? You've been in the space for a very long time, so obviously you can be an influencer, right? And you can push. So influence, push, and probably put it together and say, this is what we want. I think I had like behind the scene conversation with one of these sports people, and obviously they were like trying to get the brain of one of our popular, footballers, right? So I think there is a space for something like that.
No, there is, but our problem is that in our present circumstance as a country, everything is politicized.
Yes.
So if you put all these laudable ideas together amongst the youth and say that this is the agenda we want to pursue, if NDC is in power, they will see you as an MPP.
Yeah.
If MPP is in power, they see you as an NDC.
And it's not helping.
And so it is difficult to push any agenda in this country.
Yeah.
They don't look at it from the patriotic perspective. It is always an agenda.
Do you think that, okay, I don't think I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to, because I don't think I'm allowed to. It looks like there has to be some level of giddy in the country to get, or you think common sense should?
I wouldn't say giddy, but I feel that Africa, we do not help ourselves. 100% democracy is not good for Africa.
Hey, you are part of that.
Yeah. That's what we should have devised our own system of governance.
Okay.
Especially because at the time the whites invaded Africa, we had our chieftaincy institutions working effectively. So we should have devised something around it.
I think that's a topic. Yeah.
Every African country that has developed very well, with the exception of South Africa, that was developed by the whites.
Yeah.
They practice monarchy. In Morocco, they are doing well. It's a monarchy. The finance minister of Morocco is their FA president.
Wait, what about monarchical rule makes it better for Africans?
Especially because we are not a homogeneous community.
Yes, that is one. And also, if we were really going
Ghana
to...
alone has almost 50 languages.
Exactly. 50. Yeah. So if we are to say, okay, so who is going to be the leader?
No, but once you have the chiefs empowered, you get it.
They will take care of. You think they would
at the district and the
level,
regional levels, and then at the top level, we shape.
So you think
So
because
more
they are
like
not
a
being
ceremonial head,
heads.
but then the chiefs would be more responsible
for
backed by the constitution.
Yes.
You get it?
Yeah,
Because
I get you.
The
I get
average
you.
African, when you give the average white man a position, the first thought is to leave a legacy and
Yes.
make an impact.
Yes.
When you give the average black man, it's not everybody do.
Yes.
The average, that's why I'm using average. The average black man a position. The first thought is to amass wealth, get bodyguards, get Land Cruisers,
Get
dogs,
guns.
get 20 side chicks, get houses, get East Legon, get Trasaco. That's easy. So I'm mindset.
But now it's a brew.
Ah.
That's it. Okay, so today, yeah, it's Star FM's. It's our 10th anniversary.
Oh.
And our listeners, it's our time, like, yeah, period.
Congratulations.
We're giving the best.
10
You were
years.
here, so you know.
I remember 10 years has come so soon.
Yes.
I remember.
And you know how we have fought.
Oh yeah,
to
you have
to stay in touch and serve our people.
Stay relevant. It's not easy.
We need to know
to
what
stay
do you
relevant
have
for
to tell
10 years.
us. You know.
I first of all, let me say congratulations.
Thank you.
I remember very well one morning when Bola drove to our studio
Yes.
to have an interview on Sefa Kain's morning show.
Yeah.
And the conversation was about the setup of a radio station. And my colleagues were, why are you coming to advertise your radio station on our platform? As if I was like, Bola has always been a brother.
Yeah.
And so it has come so soon.
Yeah.
But you have done so well.
Thank you.
Because the beginning of everything is not difficult.
Yeah.
But maintaining it. There's a saying that getting to the top is relatively easier. But staying there is a challenge.
Yeah.
And looking at the competitive broadcasting environment that we find ourselves with all the monetary challenges and the politics and everything, you are able to sustain yourself for 10 years. Oh, it's a big deal.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anyways, so real quick, we're going to get into your program. Right. So I know you have something special coming up.
Yes.
Now it's interesting, right? It's interesting because when we shared the flyer, somebody was like, this man is a sports person, he's a broadcaster. I thought he's a comedian, like so seriously. So I was like, yeah. So we were like, okay. And then when I saw the flyer, I was like, okay, is it like a debut? Because everybody is like, are you going to take this professionally? We know sports, what you redeem. Yeah. No two ways about it. Yeah. Like you are the Ogboro. Nobody can challenge you on it. But right now, as I am seeing now, right, are you debuting your professional career in comedy? Even though you are facilitating your... Yes.
Well, I'm thinking of making it an annual event.
Are you going to be on the mic?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You have to start now. You're ready. We have that time for you. Please give it to us. Our listeners, see, it's our 10th anniversary, so it's all special for us.
What I'm telling the listeners is that on the 23rd of August at the Accra International Conference Center, they should come and see Kwaku Yeboah in part-time comedy. And it will be interesting.
Part-time is good.
When he told me of Star FM,
yes,
the first thought was about a pastor who was seen drinking Star, the beer. and the church member got to him and said, "Oh, pastor, I thought as a pastor you take some Fanta or something." So my friend got out. When Star was leading the three wise men to Jesus, where was Fanta?
Oh, that's a good one.
So they should just meet me there.
Yes.
We're going to make them laugh. It is something that started, the skit I do on radio, it is something that started just to
entertain,
lighten up our morning with Chairman General, just to feel good starting off the morning. Yeah. But the responses every year,
it's amazing.
It's been massive.
Yes.
People are like, you are good in comedy. Why don't you try it? People
Can we
are
steal
making
you?
money. And I say, okay. Me free a check.
So you know what? Part-time will be at Star FM, and then the other one, yes. Yeah. So we have you for part-time right here. Boss, please, if you are listening, then Kwaku Yeboah is ours. We've employed him part-time. All right, so I know you have funny face on the bill.
Yes, I have. It is a night of comedy and music.
Music, yeah.
So 4 comedians, 4 musicians.
4-4.
Yes, so it is comedy interspersed with music.
Yes, that's a good number.
One comedy performance, 1 musical performance, 1 comedy performance, 1 musical performance. So there wouldn't be a second of a boring moment.
Nah.
Yes, that's how it's been planned. And Acrobato and Clemento Suarez will be the MCs.
Wow.
That's like
Wow.
So that alone,
Yes.
even before we come, I'm sure everybody would have loved his head off
Yes.
with Acrobato and Clemento as your MCs.
Yes.
So the comedians will be myself,
Yeah.
Obi
Amponsa, yes.
Funny Face,
Yes.
and Foster Romanus.
Yes.
So the 4 of us will be on stage. And then the musicians will be
Yeah,
Amachi Dede,
yes.
Wachiame Kwame. Brother Sammy will open the floor.
The show.
Yes.
Yay.
You know, he's only gospel musician who is a joker.
He's very powerful too. Yeah.
He's the only gospel musician who is into comedy. No, he wants to go and perform at nightclubs. You should just imagine.
Well, it's good. It's good.
So Brother Sammy will open the floor. Ochami Kwame is there.
Yes.
Amachi Dede is there.
Yeah.
And then Familia is also there.
Yeah.
So 4 musicians, 4 comedians, plus 2 extraordinary MCs, Acrobato and Clemento Suarez. Yes. The first day I called Clemento, he made me laugh. My friend, I called him and said, Clemento, this is Dan Kwaku Yeboah. Hey, legend.
I know.
I said, legend in sports or legend in comedy. He was laughing. And I said, okay, and you're Bonnie also. Bonnie Cram, I'm a police facho.
Anyway, so for our listeners listening, right? Give us more detail. How much for tickets? Where do we get a ticket? What time? What should we wear? Is there a dress code?
Well, we're going to have a red carpet session.
Ooh.
Yes, so it's up to you. Whatever you want to wear.
Is that-
We're not going to restrict
okay.
anybody.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sure with a red carpet, you need to look good.
Yeah.
Yes, and so that is just before you enter the main hall. We're going to have the red carpet at the foyer of the conference center.
Yeah.
And then the big men are going to be there.
Yeah.
The Chief of Defense Staff,
Ooh.
Lieutenant General Thomas Opompipra, I visited him and he said, you know what, I'm coming with my men. The MPs, the clegy, the Swites media, all the big men, the East Legon executives. They fought me some time back, but now we are cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, you know when the soldiers attacked Ashaman?
I
created a joke out of it, and someone not happy with me, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I said there were 2 ghetto guys in Ashaman after the attack at Ashaman, and they were discussing. One was like, Jack, to always said they are soldier for boy pa or the obey is legon come to me akwesa. Then the other person said, na is legon the omde ni pakumu ye de omde adwaman ya.
Backed by facts.
And
why
our bosses who stay there were calling me Kwasia. You don't know we stay here. So
I know they are fixing the road too.
Yes.
It's backed by facts. Don't worry. I know why they are angry at you. I mean, like, duh. You said a period.
So the East Legon executives are coming. Some for Dr. Despite police upon. It's going to be a night.
This one is like, you want to bum. You want to chill with the big boys.
Sure. So I'm urging every Ghanaian to be there.
Yeah.
If you want to buy your ticket, putting together this event, I wish to have had the ticket at very low price, but putting together the event is very expensive. Even conference center alone, renting the place alone is huge. Yeah. So the standard is 150 cedis. Yeah. The VIP is 300. Yeah. And then VVIP is 500. If you want to buy your ticket on phone, star 844 star. Star is all over. Yes.
Hey, you like
Star FM is all over.
You like 44, Papa. 844 star. Yes.
Star 844 star.
Yeah.
290 hash.
Yes.
Star 844 star 290 hash. You can buy your ticket now.
Yeah.
Ghanaians, we always want to wait for the last minute. Yeah. I'm sure if you do that, you'll be surprised because the rates at which people are buying the ticket They want to see.
I need an invite.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
I come here for me. I'm a comedian.
Oh,
like
really?
underground.
That would
I'm
be nice.
I'm great.
Low-key
Low key.
comedian.
Low key. I did. The people who know me know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you know we have to be bougie a little. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
and if you want to buy a hard copy, you can always come to Peace FM.
Peace FM.
Abika
Okay.
Junction and get a hard copy.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's such a privilege, an honor to have you, Dan Kwaku Yeboah.
Pleasure
Like,
is mine.
so thank you.
You are doing
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. I'm learning from the best.
Oh,
I'm learning from the best.
When you have
Thank
the
you so much.
Bolaris, they are up there. so
Yeah.
you are
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I learned something from Nanaba.
Okay.
She said when she wanted to become really good,
Yeah, okay.
she just had to like learn from the best.
Yeah.
She didn't have to like say, okay, I'm learning from just this person.
Carve
She was
my own nature or
she
something,
started
yeah.
learning from different people
Yeah,
who were like killing it
yeah,
in the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
So me, it's
Yeah,
all cool.
I get your point.
Thank you so
get
much.
it.
And to our listeners, you have like quick word you want to give to them?
Oh, they should keep listening to Star.
Thank you.
They've been loyal for 10 years.
Yes.
And so they should keep listening to Star, recommend Star for people to listen. You're doing awesome here. And
Thank you.
we all listen to you in our cars and
Yeah.
what have you. So you're doing well. Keep it
Thank
up.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We'll see you very soon. Debut part-time
Sure.
comedy. Thank you so much. All right, so we just had a beautiful conversation with sports legend Dan Kwaku Yeboah. You're listening to Star 103.5 FM. This is your girl Adam Fari, and yeah, the zone.